No, they're wrong. No, they're wrong. My family has the bad habit of doing something they think is good, but isn't, and then call me a bad person for pointing it out. Ooh, I know that. I know that, naughty nerd. I know that. It's always like that, you know. Sometimes I feel this as well. I could be very straightforward. I don't really give a shit if I would hurt your feelings or what, especially if you're my friend. Like, I'll tell it to you straight. And if you think that comes from a bad place, I always say that's your problem. Then you're not my friend. When it comes to family, it comes from, like being embarrassed because you put out something that hurts. And once you are that kind of person that always likes to point things out, you're always going to be the villain because a lot of people likes to kiss ass. Who is in front of them, you want to have a rapport. So you have to be nice to them, tell them nice things, tell them what they want to hear and stuff like that. That's the most kind of normal social skills all of us are doing. But for me, I would be hurt if you say something very, very bad at me, or if you criticize something. I would be hurt at first, of course. I do still have ego from time to time, but that would be just the initial. And then I'll think about it. What is really wrong? A lot of people have the mindset of because it's family, they have to keep them in your life. Actually, the Natty nerd, coming from the background of Filipino family, we're very, very close. Not like in Western countries where you kick your kids when they're 18 or something. In the Philippines, even in Japan now, it's very normal that you live with your parents. I mean, it's not for me. I don't like it, but it's normal. It's very, very normal. See, it depends on if you're saying something to purely be a dick. Exactly. Versus me saying something that hurts, you're stupid. But it's pointing out something. Yeah. And this is the thing. That's why I feel like I'm not really good at making friends, is because if my friend do something that I think is fucked up, I'll say it. Whether you like it or not, I don't really care. Because for me, you're my friend. I want you to be better. I'm not saying it to attack you. I'm saying this because this is what I see. But at the same time, I'm not telling you to change. The same thing with you guys watching Icy Fit every Saturday. I might say a lot of things based on my experience, my observation and stuff like that, my thought process, my mindset. But it doesn't mean you have to do it or what like that. It's not that. I don't really give a shit. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, that's your life. If I say something that you think is applicable to you, or my guest will say something that is applicable to you, and you think it will lead you to a better life, do it. But there are people out there. It has to always be no, I'm right. You are wrong. It has to be always like that. Or
no, it's the man's fault.
Oh no, it's a woman's fault.
Women do this more, blah, 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 blah. And that's the reason why there's a lot of people that are single are not happy right now. Because that's what your thinking is. It's always who's wrong? No, they're wrong. No, they're wrong. Not you. Okay, sorry guys. I'm getting super pumped. There's no just conversation. It's just nothing like two people or a community that's just sharing their experiences and opinions and basically just trying to brainstorm things. I'm all for freedom of speech across the board. But when it comes to actions of a person, then that's when I start having problems. If their actions are bad or evil, exactly. And you see these in a lot of YouTubers. And I hope to God I don't get too much involved in this weird toxicity of this world we live in. Trying to, rather than attack each other or trying to criticize in a way where you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong. It's all about just trying to figure out things. Because sometimes talking about it feels good. And some people, even me, I don't like sharing. It's not part of my DNA. But because of this and because I want to be better, I want to know stories about people that I wouldn't be in a situation in, or there's no chance of me understanding or comprehending the situation. So talking to these people, you guys that are different, coming from different backgrounds, I kind of understand or had a glance or glimpse of what is out there. So what was my point was? These groups of content creators that make money of dividing people. Exactly. Rather than trying to figure out what the problem is, it becomes pointing fingers. Who did wrong? Who did... Stuff like that. It's just, you cannot really solve any problem when you're trying to point fingers. You have to understand what is the root of the problem. And it could be you. So you have to understand you.